I moved into the apartment in early September. It was old, the kind of place that still had brass doorknobs and light switches that clicked like typewriter keys. But it had charm. The floors creaked in a way that made the space feel lived in. I had just transferred to a new university, and this little apartment, tucked above a thrift store and next to a laundromat, felt like my first real taste of independence. I remember the scent of dust and lavender when I first stepped inside, left behind by the last tenant, maybe. A few plants on the windowsill, a thrifted lamp in the corner. It felt like mine, like a small corner of the world I could control. The first 2 weeks were uneventful. I unpacked, studied, burned through cheap instant noodles, and fell asleep watching documentaries with the glow of my laptop as a nightlight. I even started to enjoy the solitude, the way the street below hummed during the day but quieted into near silence at night. It was peaceful, almost comforting. Then things began to shift. It started small. I'd wake up with my blanket folded oddly, or see my lamp turned slightly to the left. I assumed I was just being careless, adjusting to a new environment. Once I found my toothbrush moved from the holder to the sink basin. I chalked it up to muscle memory, or maybe I bumped it, until I started hearing it, the whisper. The first night I truly heard it, I had just laid down after an exhausting midterm. Around 2 a.m, a soft rasp echoed through my room. Emily. I sat up, heart thudding. The sound came from the air vent above my bed. I turned on the lamp, stared at it, waiting. Nothing. Just the steady tick of the old clock on the wall. Maybe I was dreaming. Maybe it was stress. The next night, it was louder. I see you. This time, I jumped out of bed and ran to the living room. I didn't sleep that night. The sound had been clear, deliberate. A whisper, but filled with intention. It wasn't a hallucination. I knew what I heard. I told myself it was the wind. Old buildings groan. Maybe it was a draft, the metal ducts expanding or contracting. That made sense, didn't it? But each night after that, the whispers grew more frequent. Not every time did it say my name. Sometimes it just breathed. Long, shallow breaths, like someone with a collapsed lung struggling to survive. Once it hummed. Just a low, vibrating hum. It went on for minutes. My body tensed under the covers, muscles aching from the stillness. I asked my upstairs neighbours if they had heard anything. "No one lives above you," they said. "You're on the top floor." That statement haunted me more than the whisper. I started looking up at the ceiling during the day, noticing small things. Dust displaced near the vent, faint smudges along the moulding. Was someone crawling? That night I sat in the dark, recording. I placed my phone under the vent and hit record. I left it overnight, terrified of what I might hear. I slept on the couch, or at least tried to. Every creak of the floorboards made me flinch. The next morning I played it back. Static. Then, "Where's Emily?" My name again. Followed by something dragging. A low, hollow scrape like nails across metal. Then a grunt, wet, gurgling, like someone trying to speak with fluid in their lungs. I showed the audio to my friend Aaron. He works with sound design. When I played the whisper, he looked disturbed. "That's not whispering," he said. That's breathing, and it's right against the mic. That's not in the duct. That's right there." That same night, I tried to sleep in the living room. But at 3 a.m, my bedroom door clicked open. I hadn't closed it. I never closed it. And yet it slowly creaked open like in a movie. I didn't move, didn't even breathe. The vent above the bed began to rattle. I crept forward, holding a flashlight, and slowly opened the bedroom door. The vent grill was shaking, screws wobbling. Then I saw it. 2 eyes, wet, reflecting light, staring back at me from inside the duct. Just hovering there. I couldn't see a face, just those eyes, blinking, slow and deliberate. I screamed and backed into the hallway. I didn't go back inside. I called the landlord the next morning. They checked the vents. "There's nothing there," they said. "No access from the roof. It's sealed. Must have been a raccoon or something." I moved out 3 days later. I packed up in a rush, leaving behind furniture and most of my kitchenware. I didn't care. I just wanted out. The final straw was the night I heard footsteps above my ceiling. Pacing, slow, heavy. There was no floor above me. The building's blueprints confirmed it. A week after I left, Aaron sent me a news article. "Man discovered living in apartment ventilation system." Police found him malnourished, disoriented, but smiling. He had created a makeshift nest between the walls, stolen food, stolen clothing, even pictures of tenants taken through slits in the vents. One officer said that when they pulled him out, he kept asking, "Where's Emily?" I don't know how long he was watching me. I don't want to know what might have happened if I had stayed another night. The article said he'd been living there for months, that he was quiet, clever, that he knew how to move between walls without detection. But sometimes, even now, in my new apartment, I wake up at 3:17 a.m., heart racing, ears straining, listening for the sound of breathing in the vents. I haven't told my new neighbours. I don't want to scare them. But every now and then the lights flicker, or I find my window open when I'm certain I closed it. And once, just once, I could have sworn I heard something brushing against the vent grill. I taped it shut. Still, sometimes I dream of those eyes, watching, waiting, whispering my name.